What's up, everyone? We've got a fun video to talk about today, all revolving around Kat from Big Brother 21 and Elena from Big Brother 19. So, I took a listen to Elena's podcast the other day in which she was ringing random people from her phone book that had been on Big Brother. Now, some of them picked up, some of them didn't, but the aim was that she'd ring them up and say, "Are you going to be on All Stars?" and catch them off guard. So we got round to Kat, and Kat basically she answered the phone and she spilled a lot of information. So before we get into it, we don't know if Kat's information is true. It could be a total conspiracy, but I had to listen to it. I listened to it the whole way through, and we're just going to talk through what she said, see if it was a conspiracy or not, or see if it could be true for Big Brother 22. But it's lots of information to talk about, which is good for all of us BB fans, because then we can begin to dissect even more stuff that we now know. So we'll dive right in to what Kat said on the phone to Elena. First up, Kat says that she is an all-star for Big Brother 22. So Elena, she rings her and says, are you going to be an all-star? And Kat's like, if this is totally confidential, then I'll tell you. Elena says yes, and then she's like, I'm an all-star. So, if Kat is saying that's true, then that's pretty exciting. Because, I did want Kat as an all-star. I think she was really entertaining last year. She wasn't the best at the game, but she was a really entertaining house guest, and I think she does deserve an all-star spot. So it'll be exciting to see if she does go in, how she does again this time round. So that was the first thing that she said. Then she went on to say to Elena that Big Brother 22 is an all-star DUOS season. Now, that came out of nowhere because I know, last year for Big Brother 21, it was mentioned that it could be a duo season. And now that this is re-emerging again, I don't really know if I believe it or not. I think it could just be, it could have been set up, or maybe Kat's just, you know what Kat's like. Kat is great, but I think she might not have been telling the truth there. So, I don't know whether I believe that or not. It's exciting and it's an interesting concept. But for me, if All Stars 2 is going to happen, I'd rather just see each player battle it out for themselves and do their own thing, create their alliances and everything, but don't let a silly duos twist get in the way. I think that would just be a bit annoying. So for me, I don't really want a duos twist to happen. I just want, everyone playing for themselves, every man for themselves, and may the best player win. Next up, Kat went on to say that her casting person had told her that her duo was with Brett. Now, that totally escaped my mind last year when Kat was sitting on Brett all summer. She kept making references to him in the diary room, and when she brought it up in this podcast, I thought, of course, if there was going to be a duo, Kat would probably go with Brett. And Brett has been rumoured to be going on All Stars. So I don't know if that, again, is Kat just making stuff up, because she can just piece together the rumours of Brett with the rumours of her and go, yeah, we're a duo. She could have been totally making that up. But if it is a duo season, it would totally make sense that Kat and Brett would be put together, which is pretty exciting, actually. Again, though, I really don't know if this duos thing is going to really happen. I just think if Kat and Brett are a duo, I think it's definitely viable, and I think it could happen. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't really believe that this duos twist is happening. Next thing that Kat went on to talk about, so now we're just going to treat this as if it is a duo season rather than me just saying I don't think it is. We're just going to talk through what Kat said, and let's just imagine it is going to be a duo season. So she said that McRae from, I think he was in Big Brother 15, she said that he had been asked to do All Stars, and Kat has already been in contact with him and created a Final 2 deal. Is that a bit far-fetched? I really don't know, because I would have never in a million years put McRae and Kat together as a Final 2. So I think that's pretty crazy. That could happen, that might not happen. But what do you guys think of a McRae and Kat Final 2? I think, would it be interesting to see? Would it not be? But that's what Kat said. She said she'd been in contact on the phone to McRae and they'd already created a Final 2 deal. Of course, with McRae being an all-star, according to Kat, there would have to be a duo for McRae. So Kat had said that it was rumoured that McRae and Amanda were going to be another duo on top of her and Brett. So I will get onto more duos later in the video. But McRae and Amanda, how does everyone feel about that? I mean, they were in a showmance all season. I think that could be an interesting vibe as well, because I don't believe they're together anymore. So we'll see how that one goes. But again, they are both popular house guests over the years, and they're definitely remembered for their showmance. So with McRae and Amanda as a duo, as well as Kat and Brett, that's sort of like you've got like a wannabe showmance versus an actual showmance that isn't a showmance anymore. So that's two interesting dynamics right there that we could see in Big Brother 22. But yeah, I hope it's not just showmance galore, because we're not on Love Island here. So I think there's enough of that. But I think it will be exciting to see what the dynamics will be between those two. So the evidence of Big Brother 22 All-Stars happening is starting to get more and more increasing now, and so are the rumours for Derek and Dan going in as well. The evidence is starting to support itself, and it's looking more and more likely that they are going to be house guests this season. So Kat went on to say to Elena that Derek and Dan are going to be a duo this season. Now I was blown away by that, because I thought, Derek and Dan are regarded as two of the best players of all time, so two strategic masterminds together are going to be an absolute powerhouse of a duo. They are going to be. You could look at it two ways. One side says they're going to be unstoppable and they'll totally dominate the game because they're working together. The other side says they're going to get picked off straight away because they've got such a big target on their back. They're going to have that double target, especially if they're a duo together. If someone other than them two wins HOH in week 1, both of them are probably likely going to be put up on the block. So that's, again, another interesting dynamic to go with. And when you compare like a duo like Derek and Dan against McRae and Amanda and Kat and Brett, can you really compare them? Because I think Derek and Dan are just miles better at the game than all 4 of them put together. So that should be another interesting dynamic to see. But again, it might not be true, but I definitely, either way, if they're a duo or not, I really just want to see Derek and Dan on this season. So the final duo that Kat mentioned, and this is when I started to get a little suspicious of what she could be saying. She said that Holly and Mickey from Big Brother 20 could be a duo. Now, that's a tough one, Holly and Mickey announced their breakup on social media the other day, so if they're staying friends, there could be a duo, and I did see that they mentioned that they were staying friends, so that's still possible. However, I just think, with them being in a relationship for nearly a year now and then breaking up, it would seem a bit sort of, I don't know how the dynamic would be if they were to go straight back in the house now. They probably need a little time, and I think I just don't see it happening, if I'm going to be honest. And also as well, the sort of stigma revolving around Mickey last season for him being racist, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement happening at the moment. I think it would really be a bad call for Big Brother to put Mickey in the house. So, it would I think it would be an uproar. So I'm totally not on board with that, and I don't really think that Holly and Mickey should be a duo. However, they've broken up, so let them do their thing, and we probably won't see them on Big Brother 22. But it's what Kat said. You can believe it or you can't believe it. It's totally up to you. It could be a conspiracy, might not be. Moving on to some gameplay talk now, and Kat began to discuss what her gameplay style would be in Big Brother 22. Now, she essentially did a 180 and sort of said her gameplay style would be totally different to last time, and she said she wants to win the first HOH. She wants to win the first HOH and put up Brett alongside Mickey. Now, I know what you're thinking. Brett is supposedly Kat's duo. So that is a crazy move, but also it would be very, very interesting for Big Brother fans, and that's the sort of thing we live for, seeing sort of expecting the unexpected and seeing something like that happen. So I'd totally get behind that. I mean, I don't even think Mickey's going to be playing, so I mean, I don't even think she could put him on the block. But Brett, who I do think could be playing, that would be super interesting if she nominated her own duo. Now, I think if she was to put Brett up alongside Mickey, that would be a power move, because Brett and Mickey are definitely friends on the outside, and putting them both up together and splitting them up early in the game would be a good plan. So, but first things first, Kat would actually have to win the first HOH. But that's what she said. Her plan was to win the first HOH and put up Brett alongside Mickey. That is your lot for today, folks. I really hope you enjoyed discussing this content. Do you believe what Kat said is true? Let me know in the comments. And also, what were your hopes for Big Brother 22? Any house guests that you want to see? Anything else? Just anything to do with Big Brother 22? Drop it in the comments, because it's always fun to speculate. You can get me on Instagram at Tom__Vasey, so you can follow me there. And also, you can follow me on Twitter at TV Talks with Tom. So again, I really hope everyone enjoyed that. Don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.